It's really not until you get it completely dry that you'll really see the effects of cleaning this like this. Corners, I like to make sure I got those really flat. One more time, and the board will be ready. All we have to do is clean it. All right. Okay, so as you can see, I got flux all over the place. I'm going to pause it, use MEK to clean up, and I'll turn it back on to save some tape. This is where we're at. I got the board cleaned off with the MEK after I did what I did in the last section. I'm heating it up again. I'm going to take it up to 90 with the lower heater, turn on the upper heater, let it heat up, swing it over at 110, take it up to 200, and then swing it all over and turn it off. I do this right before I'm about to put the chip back on to make sure if there was any warping after doing the hot air cleanup that it goes away. You can skip that step if you want. It's just what I do. So don't leave comments saying, why do you do that, if you don't mind. Now I got to save tape. I went ahead and took the stencil off the chip. And what I'm about to do I got a ball on every pad. I made sure of that just by looking at it. Turn my hot air gun on 480. and heat it up. I do this to try to get the balls to jump on the pads a little bit better before I do the next step. Now at this point they really don't jump on to their permanent resting spot, but I try to get them to grab a little bit better. And the next thing we're going to do is we're going to put king bow all over this chip and then heat it up, and you'll see every single ball jump on its spot permanently and line up nicely. Now when we do that step, there's still a chance that these balls will jump into each other, so we got to go slow, but I do this first to try to get them to attach a little bit better so we can prevent that. Alright, so my temperature on my board right now is 100, so I'm turning my upper heater on, and when it hits 110 I'll swing it over. I grab my king bow, I have this tool here, anti-static brush. Doesn't really have to be this, but whatever, you can use whatever you want. Alright, I'm swinging my upper heater over, taking it up to 200, I swing it back over, and then turn it off. Now I'm going to heat this chip up. And the flux should push around to every side here, because I got enough on there. Alright, then I stay in one corner until I see them start turning shiny, and I slowly go around. Alright, I'm swinging my upper heater back over, turning off my lower heater and my upper heater, and now I'm focusing on the chip. Alright, I'm going to pause the tape because I know we're running out of it. This is my last tape, but you get the gist. Just keep going around so you can get them all shiny as much as you can, and they'll jump on. And after you get it all cleaned up, you'll see they're nice and lined up. Running out of tape, so I'm just going to tell you what I'm going to do here. I'm going to take my chip, dip it in the MEK, take my brush here, and scrub off the flux and get it completely clean, and I will turn it back on. So here's my chip on my board right before I'm about to solder it to the board. You can see everything's lined up beautifully, and this is because I put the king bow on and heated it up, and they jumped on the pads the way they should. So I definitely recommend doing that. Here's the board. So you can see how flat everything is. Alright, so I'm at 55 minutes here, and I know this thing's going to die in about another 5 or 10 minutes. So I'm not going to show heating the whole dang thing up. You can watch the other PlayStation video that I have, or any of the other ones. But I'll describe it real quick. I'm going to put some king bow on the board here. I'm going to scrape it on a nice thin layer on the board. Put my chip on, line it up on the four corners. on each corner of the chip. Then you can shine a flashlight up under this side and kind of see if they're lined up, which they usually are if you get it on the 4 corners. Put it on the Presto up here. Just like the other times, heat it up to 90 degrees C. Turn on your upper heater to fast reflow. When it hits 110, swing the upper heater over and drop it down to level 3. When it hits 200, raise it up to level 4 and swing it over. Let it cool to about 120 degrees C. Turn on the fan, let it get down to about 60 degrees to 55 degrees C. Clean it off around the edges with the MEK, and then squirt some MEK under the chip to clean out the extra flux, and then go blow it out with your blowing machine. I can't think of the dang word right now. Compressor. Duh. Anyways, blow it out with your air compressor, and now most people might be happy with that, but I reflux it again underneath the chip and do the same exact process up to 200 C, because this flux will help it grab better. You can't use this flux off the bat because it bubbles, and you need the chip, you need the solder to be attached to the pads before you can use that. So I do the same process twice here to get the chip on the board, and then I'm going to clean it up, flux under it again, or not flux under it again, MEK underneath the chip again, air compress it again, and I will put it back together to where we can test it and see if it works. But that's the process. You know, you could sit here, if I had the time I would show you how to heat something up, but I just described exactly what I want to do. Keep an eye under, shine a flashlight under this. I use the the Jovi light here, and I focus it underneath the chip. Just keep an eye on the balls. You will see them change shiny and change into a liquid and attach on the edge. And generally, when I see every single ball on the edge change to that shiny liquid, I give it another 5 to 10 degrees C and then swing it over. But general rule is 200 C. So I'm going to pause it, do what I just said, and I will show you hopefully that it works. Okay guys, so I did what I said I was going to do. I got it all put together, ready for the moment of truth. Well, so far so good. I'm going to shut her down and throw the hard drive in, hook it up to the TV and see if we got video. So I'm going to pause it and get it set up. Okay, I got her on, hooked up. Let's see if we got some video. Voila. Another successful reball. With my dogs farting in the background. Sorry if you heard that. Okay, so you can see it works. So that's how it works, guys. I mean,